What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy BT, and today we're here with this 2012 Acura TSX Special Edition that is getting some new brakes and some new cross-drilled and slotted rotors. So let's get right to it. I never realized how nice and light these TSX Special Edition wheels were. All right, so first thing we're gonna do is gonna get our impact driver, take this screw out of here. All right, next thing we're gonna do, we're gonna get our 12. We're gonna set it right here. We're gonna loosen this bolt. All right, next thing we're gonna do, we're gonna get our 12. We're going to come here and we're going to loosen this bolt. So now we're going to go ahead and we're going to loosen this top bolt. Then in here on the back side we have a bolt here, and then we also have one up top right here. So we also have to take those two out. All right, so to get this out, we're going to be using a 17. We're going to put it on a wobble extension to be able to get it into this space right here. And then we're going to be using the impact. Okay, so with those screws, you should now be able to release this caliper and pull it off. Okay, so with these bolts off, we've been able to release this caliper, and so what you'll see here is you'll see two sets. This is actually attached. Once you take these two 12s out, you can take this out. Once you take the other bigger bolts, the 17s, that's this component. What we're going to do, since we're going to be changing these pads out, we're going to set this on the floor, and then we're going to take a bungee cord. And we're gonna suspend this on the suspension until we're ready to work with it. So now we have access to the disc. Okay, so now that we have access to this disc, we're gonna go ahead and give it a gentle tap. Okay, loosen that up, and then we'll slide this off. There you have it. So now that we have all of this exposed, I'm going to take a little wire brush, clean this up. All right, so here's our new brake disc. We're going to go ahead and put this in place. So there we have it. That's looking pretty nice. So in essence, since we would be swapping out these pads, what we would do is actually remove the pin, slide the pads out, and then we would reattach this right here like so. If you have new pads and there's new equipment, you can go ahead and swap those out, whatever equipment you get. You'd reattach your bracket here. You'd put in your new brake pads. You'd attach your caliper, and you would reinstall. That's the process for working on the rear. We're going to go ahead and move on to the front. When it comes to changing the rotors and the pads on the front, we're going to go ahead and access these two bolts on the rear. These are both 14s. That's going to allow us to take this piece off right here with the piston, and then we'll go in the back and take off the other two bolts to take the bracket off, and then we'll go ahead and work on these two screws right here. So we'll suspend this right here for now and continue to work on disassembling the rest. Okay, so after we've got the screws out, we are basically ready to remove this disc and put on the new one. But before we put on the new one, we're going to clean up as we did in the back. So, just like we did with the rears, what you'll end up doing, you'll put this bracket back in place, like so. You'll attach the screws. You'll go ahead, you'll put your brake pads in. Make sure you grease both sides of that with the lubricant that is supplied with your brakes. And then we reattach the caliper and repeat. And that is basically how you replace the brakes and the rotors on a 2012 Acura TSX. So that in essence was the process of how you change the brakes and rotors on this 2012 Acura TSX. This process will hold true for any of the TSXs 2009 up to, I believe, the last model year, which is 2014. So it's a wrap. We're done with this video, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.